Welcome back to 13 News Now at noon. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is spreading awareness with an event centered around youth mental health and empowerment. Joining us now with an inside look at the event, we have the president of the AKA Sorority Incorporated Lambda Omega chapter, Linda Turner, and chair of the Unmasked Teen Suicide Prevention Awareness event, Jade Ranger. And we thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This sounds like it's going to be a really impactful event, but first, let's talk about why this conversation is so important. I know it's Suicide Prevention Month, but I mean, it's really a year-round conversation for sure.
Yes, well, this event is very near and dear to our sorority's heart because it is one of the initiatives that we do that focus on our international programs, one being empowering our communities. We're providing this information for our communities to go back and to share with their children, with their teachers, with their families. And then secondly, as part of our organization, we are advocates. Advocating for social justice is one of our key programs. We just last week met with some of our state legislators in Richmond and from the Senate and the House of Representatives, and we shared with them the importance of providing good mental health and to support those bills specifically with our teen suicide efforts. And it is very important that we get them to help fund those initiatives for our teachers, for our students, for our families as well. And I'm excited, and Jade will kind of share a little bit of information about what will happen next week. But what I'm most excited about, we have some dynamic teens who are in the Williamsburg area that they will be actually sitting on a panel and talking. Wow. And what we're doing is taking our efforts in advocacy and instilling that and giving that spirit to them where they'll be able to become advocates for their peers in the area of teen suicide prevention. So it's very important for us to kind of take that full circle.
Yeah.
And in return, they're sharing, they're empowering their communities, they're empowering their families with this information.
And normalizing the conversation, I think that's going to be really important at this event too. Let's talk about what's going to happen September 23rd.
Yeah. So September 23rd, we are incredibly excited to bring this event to the greater Williamsburg community. And I think this is a long overdue conversation, and it is something that we need to normalize, as you mentioned earlier, not just with our teens, but with parents. A lot of times we know these conversations are somewhat taboo, and people don't really want to open up. And so the goal is that we just have a safe space for the community, for families with kids ages 10 to 18. And we're encouraging, don't just drop your kids off. Come, be a part of the conversation. So in addition to having the dynamic teen panel that we're planning on having, we're super excited. We have an 8th grader from Berkeley Middle School, a 10th grader from Jamestown High, and a senior from Jamestown High. So we were trying to kind of reach kids throughout their teen journey into their adolescence. And so they are going to do kind of just an open dialogue discussion of some of the things that they deal with. But on top of that, we will also have a keynote speaker from Hampton University, who also happens to be a member of our sorority, so we're very excited to welcome her to the podium. And then we're going to have a little bit of a breakout session where the teens will have a safe space to kind of just talk about some things that they're dealing with, maybe that they don't necessarily feel super comfortable talking about in front of their parents. But at the same time, simultaneously, the parents will be having that same opportunity to talk about some of the things that maybe they've seen, some of the things that they're struggling with parenting teenagers, because we know whether it's just from your experience of being a teenager or parenting a teenager, you know, that is a trying time in many households. And so I think the goal is that we open up this conversation. We make people understand that there's nothing wrong with talking about mental health. We all have mental health struggles from time to time. Some may be more severe than others for certain people, but it's a part of our health. It's a part of our health just like our physical health, just like our emotional well-being. And so it is something that we do need to address.
I love this conversation. Make sure you head to this event September 23rd. You can get more information that we just show you there on your screen. Ladies, thank you so much for the work you're doing in the community.
Thank you.